Welcome, everybody. This is Brenda Selden coming live to you from the Traveler's Message and Healing Circle for today for February 2nd, 2022. So, I'm a channeler and I'm an energy healer, and I've been working with the travelers who are interdimensional beings since October of 2013. And every week I come to you and do a live channeling of a message from them, as well as healing energies, sending healing energies to support the message. And what the travelers have been doing is to help align our energy bodies and to also give us information about how we can raise our own energies with awareness, how we can raise our energies and connect to higher beings, to our higher selves, to the greater universe out there. So tonight they want to talk about resilience. And lately they give me the topics on the day of, and sometimes as close to as an hour, 2 hours before I go live. Otherwise, I would definitely schedule it and let everybody know ahead of time. So I'm just going to connect to them and start to speak their message on resilience. Welcome, fellow human travelers. We are happy to be with you once again. Today, we wish to speak to you on resilience because we see that you are going as a species through a most difficult period in your human collective history. There is the matter of war that is possibly at hand. Your world is still splitting in different directions. We know it shall come together once again, but at this time, there is much collective anger at one another. So today we wish for you to know that this is a period in the life of your people that shall pass. We have read your historical energies. And this is Brenda. When I say this is Brenda, it means that I'm going to explain what they've just said, because sometimes they say it and they also share with me what that means through what is the word? Through energies. So what I would like you to know about that is that they're showing me, even though they said historical energies, they kind of showed me that history is not linear as we think about it. So it's not historical from the past all the way to the present. There's a sense that history goes in all directions, and that even though it hasn't come to pass, there is for them a knowing of what will come to pass. And they're showing me that this knowing is coming from their understanding of our energies. They're also I'm getting the sense of DNA. So I'm getting the sense that within our DNA are our historical records, almost like a pattern, like waves. When you're at the beach and you're standing at the shore, you see a wave coming towards you, and you know that after this wave, another wave will come. So even though you do not see yet the existence of this next wave, you know it is the ocean, you know it is coming. And so that's what they're showing me about this. They're telling me that this is known. So they're showing me that resilience. They want to speak about resilience because they would like us to feel as strong and as in control of ourselves as possible. Now, by in control doesn't mean controlling every last thing. It doesn't mean controlling one another, or even sometimes as human beings we are so self-controlled that it actually becomes a negative state of being. What they're showing me through the energies is that the word control means that we feel in control of our lives to live it to the best of our ability, to live it, to achieve our dreams, achieve the emotional. They just gave me the words, the emotional capacity that we desire. So they're showing me love and joy, that we are in control of that. So they're using the word control in that way. So now I will go back to them and let them send the words through me. Resilience takes place in the human spine. It is a central area where your resilience is created and then distributed throughout your being. And now they're showing me the human spine. They're showing me that the human spine is that almost like an antenna that connects the heavens and the earth, and that it transmits these energies. And they're also showing me the sense of they're showing me the image of somebody standing up straight. So when you see a person slumped over, they look like they've given up or they have a big weight on their shoulders. But they're showing me when someone is standing up straight, there is just that natural strength coming from that straightness. And they're also showing me that if we can help it, they understand that for some people, there isn't a straightness. There is, due to the physical body not being able to do that. But they're really showing me that even those people that are not able to create a straight up and down spine back to them, that is not so much about the shape of their spine, but of course about how they're feeling about themselves, and that is reflected in that area of your body. So they're saying that when you're feeling defeated, when you're feeling they have burdens that are weighing you down, that are making you hunch over, stand up straight. Just the act of standing up straight and feeling that straightness. And they're almost showing me, just when you do stand up straight, it's not even quite a relaxed kind of like loosey goosey straight, but there's almost like like a little bit of a military straightness to it, well, I forget. I was going to say the military, what they say to each other, when the captain is here and all the soldiers have to stand up and be straight. And so maybe not that exaggerated, but definitely feel the straightness and make sure you're very straight. And when you do that, that just creates this energy, this momentum of the resilience just being created just from that, almost like your back snaps straight up, and almost like a snap, and that creates that energy. So with this resilience, it must be understood that the actual definition of resilience is the connection of awareness of one to the whole of the universe, of the earth that is below you, that you are a part of, and of the sky of the larger universe. For you are tapping into that when you consciously straighten yourself up. You are reaching upwards through your crown chakra. You are reaching downwards through your root chakra. And by doing so, that creates the energy of resilience that then can be transmitted throughout your body. And it is not just your mind that needs to feel this resilience. It is also your arms and your legs and every bone and every organ, for it floods your body with a sense of security. Each part of you is conscious in its own self because it is a part of you. It is not just your mind. And please, it is just not only your heart as well, although these are the two central areas of your body that receive energies and then understand them and translate them and act from them. It is your whole body, and it is important to carry this awareness, not just the heart and the mind, because in doing that, the rest of the body is left to float away in confusion, in a sense of darkness. One must be aware of the whole body and bring it in together and bring it wholly together forward in any endeavor of this recalibration of the self. And so they're calling resilience a recalibration of the body. So you're throwing off what is burdening you. You're throwing off the sense of incapability, incapacity. That's the way the words are coming through. This resilience is also transmitted from other fellow human beings, those that you are aware of that show this energy of strength, of grounding, of connection to all. These are the beings that it is important for you to be in their company, for as they achieve this for themselves, they are, whether consciously or not, transmitting these same energies to those around them. And so as a whole, if you can each help each other to stand straight and know that resilience comes from support that exists in being connected to the whole, then you know that you are not alone, that the burdens are not just yours, but are shared by all, whether acknowledged or understood or known. Many of us, and by us, we refer to different beings of races that exist throughout the universe. Even through distance, we are connected to one another. As you know, we have spoken of entanglement, that in the beginning, all and everyone was connected through the one consciousness. And so, what we are doing when we walk these different paths of awareness is to reconnect back to the whole. And as the whole has diverged into many different beings in many different places, we are in fact reconnecting to all these diverging parts that have become beings and places. And so we are here tonight to help you open up your crown chakra. We ask at this time that you become comfortable, that if you are new to us, to please give us your permission to work with you. We ask that in the next 15-20 seconds, share with us where healing is needed in your body, in your mind, in your heart, in a situation in your life. And then what we shall do is we shall bring forth the rays of resiliency. And what they're showing me is almost from the crown chakra, these rays coming up in all directions, going across like a half circle coming out. And these rays, it's interesting. They feel as though almost like energetically like metal rods. So they're not actually metal rods, but they have the energetic sensation of metal rods. So there's something about them that almost like the resiliency of standing straight, that they're straight, sticking out kind of in a half circle crown. So the energy of resilience is this very, very straight, very unbending. But with the word unbending, I want to be careful with that and help you to understand that the core idea, the core energy of resilient is that no matter what happens, really in the end, we are all resilient. We are all unbending because every situation that we walk through, every challenge, once we walk through it, it may seem on the outside that we do not feel that way, but what they're saying is the truth is this is what it really is like. This is what the reality is. So if we can connect to that reality, then we don't have to be taken in by the thoughts that we can be broken. I guess that's the bottom line. So sometimes energies need to be soft and flexible and accommodating, and sometimes because they accommodate to us and help us accommodate to the world, but sometimes some energies have to be very strong and very unbending because they represent our core strength. So this is our core strength. So at this time, I will begin channeling the healing from the travelers as they bring in the energies of resilience through our crown chakra. So take a breath through the nose, release through the mouth, relax. And they said the healing has begun. Who are we? Who are we, fellow human beings? Ask yourself that of yourself. Who are we? And the we is the human race, the human collective. For as you know, we wish to bring all of you together. We see strength in the group, and we wish to bring this high teaching, this high awareness to you. So, though we may work with you individually, what we teach and what we aspire is to bring unity to your world, to bring the same unity that we enjoy for ourselves, that has brought peace, that has brought respect and loving connections amongst ourselves. For we cannot ever imagine going back to what we were before this. And you may begin to feel the activation of your crown chakra. We know that at this time, Brenda is experiencing almost a ticklish, slightly electrical sensation on her scalp at the top of her head, right here. And she knows that these sensations correspond to the entering of the energies that we are sending forth. So allow yourselves to relax if you feel these sensations as well. Who are we? Can you hold very gently in your mind with the barest of awareness the human race, humanity, all beings that are of this human world, all different from one another because your world prizes individuality more than collectivity. But we enjoy knowing each of you for yourselves. But we are saddened that the other aspect, the other end of the spectrum of the group is not valued as such on a worldwide basis. Again, please hold the word humanity in your mind as the energy of resilience enters you. At this time, you may feel the energy streaming down into your crown chakra, as well as around the aura of your physical body, making its way down and around you, around your outside form, as the inside receives this energy that we can see Brenda sees as the yellow electrical energy. Much like a volcano in reverse, see this energy filling you from the top of your head down into the deepest part of your abdomen, into what you call your solar plexus chakra. There is where the reserve of this energy will come to be. Feel yourselves being surrounded by this energy on the outside as well. You may begin to start to feel, as Brenda does, a slight vibration in different parts of her spine. As the spine begins to take in and move upwards, this reserve of energy of resilience. Brenda sees her spine as a yellow metal pipe, very strong, very straight, and very rigid. And it makes her feel as though it is helping her to straighten herself up, for she knows that she slouches and bends. And she knows that at times subconsciously it is a reflection of her fear of being seen or of the sense of a burden weighing on her. And this energy of resilience refuses to allow her to partake of those. And again, we bring back the metaphor of the soldier in boot camp that is taught to stand straight and at attention. And when Brenda can do that, then she throws off those other energies that are negative and imbalanced and do not help her on her path. And when you feel yourselves being straightened upwards, what energies are you throwing off? And see your fellow human beings, everyone standing straight, everyone resilient, because everyone is offered this energy of strength. It is available to all. The strength to be oneself, the strength to follow the path, to the spiritual potential that you have been born into this lifetime. The strength to throw off the fears of becoming united as one. The strength to throw off the fears that there is not enough in this world and that what there exists must be fought over and competed over. See humanity as a whole, standing straight and resilient, for resilience also breeds confidence and grounding. and a strong sense of self. It is confidence in the self. And of course, it must be balanced with wisdom, with compassion. And when it is balanced with these, then it is appropriate resilience. It is appropriate self-strength and self-confidence. And at this point, you may be feeling the energy of resilience spreading out from the spine. At this time, Brenda's feeling it spreading out from her spine into her shoulders and down through her arms, into her hands, and to the tips of her fingers. And she is feeling it spreading throughout her diaphragm and her chest, throughout her stomach and her abdomen, and the spine, spreading it forth throughout her back on each side. And as you feel this, feel the solidity of your upper torso from your hips up to your shoulders, to the beginning of your neck. Feel the strength, the solidity of that. For this resilience is also encasing your heart. And what it is doing is acting as support for your heart, acting as protection for your heart when you feel that you have been harmed or have gone through a great challenge on any of the levels that you recognize as mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. You may be feeling a tad heavier in body, almost like those athletes of yours. The expression bulk up, your muscles being bulked up. You are being bulked up with resilience. And this energy of resilience will also trickle upwards and trickle downwards from your upper torso. But its main location of they keep using the word reserve, holding something in reserve, keeping something in reserve, is the upper torso from the hip up to the shoulders. And they are saying that the legs, because they are connected to the earth, and the head, because it is connected to the heavens, must be left to be free, to be flexible, to move. For we move physically with our legs, and we move with our minds. We move in the directions that our thoughts take us, in the dreams we create, in our connections to spirit. And so they must be left untethered. They must be left free and light to go where they must go. And so for the next few minutes, 3-4 minutes, we will stay in this receiving and distributing mode. And if you are with a loved one, if you are with a friend, if you are with family listening, and you feel comfortable and natural in doing this, we suggest that you hold hands with one another, for it will make this experience even stronger for all of you. Allow your torso and arms to be filled. Allow the heaviness to set in. It will not be permanent. It is the feeling of receiving at the beginning until one becomes accustomed to holding this energy. We would like to correct ourselves to you and explain that you are not receiving the energy of resilience from us. What you are receiving is the energies from us to amplify your natural reserve of resilience. So what you are feeling is what you already have had with you this whole time. Those of you that have been burdened with problems, worries, challenges, we suggest that immediately after this message and healing circle comes to an end, we suggest that you take out a piece of paper and a pencil or pen and begin to write down the solutions to your challenges, to your worries, to your problems, for they will immediately come to you. And this is one of the positive side effects of consciously receiving and allowing us to amplify your natural energies of resilience. For you will unburden yourself of the energies that have brought you down and be able to receive clearly the answers that have always been there waiting for you to connect to them. And for this last minute, we ask that you picture yourself on planet Earth, seeing yourself in all of humanity from above, seeing all of you receiving these energies and seeing these beautiful yellow energies of resilience shining throughout all of humanity, becoming a ball of light, united and capable of creating a beautiful, healthy, and peaceful future for yourselves and this planet. For this is known in your DNA history. These are dormant abilities that we are waking up, amplifying, speeding up even, because at this time, these helping energies are greatly needed by your kind. We thank you for being with us today, and we look forward to being with you again next week. Have a good night.